Now, the Roundtable, joined by our senior national correspondent, Terry Moran, Meghan McCain, co-host of The View, David Bossie, president of Citizens United, co-author of Trump's Enemies, How the Deep State is Undermining the Presidency, and Democratic strategist Donna Brazile, former DNC chair. And David, let me begin with you, because you heard me at the beginning of the program talk about what President Trump's day on Friday must have been like as that cascade of bad news came in. How does he start to dig out?
Oh, this president is solely focused on the job that he's trying to do for the American people, which means he has been working all weekend trying to figure out a path forward. He has said, I'm hitting the reset button. I have 3 weeks to try to work with the Democrats in the House and in the Senate to try to find a deal. He is going to stand tall for the border security issues, the wall being one of them and predominant, but he is going to get that. And if he doesn't get that by the 15th, he's either going to have to shut down the government.
He
again.
can't do that again.
Well, let me just say this. In the next 3 weeks, I think that the situation is going to change a little bit. I hope we have a better communications operation than we've had for the president. We need to do a better job for him.
David, with all due respect, the president has made the wall the be-all, the cure-all of his presidency, and it's not going to happen by threatening to shut the government down again and using federal workers as leverage. I think the president should learn, George, from his tactics over the last couple of weeks. He didn't succeed in large part, not just because of the Democrats. The American people were against this.
Hold on. Just 1 second.
The
president made multiple offers, multiple concessions to the Democrats, and the speaker, Nancy Pelosi, said $0, $0, wouldn't even come to the table to have a conversation. The American people see that.
No, the American
one guy is trying to make a deal and the other is
David,
not.
they saw 2 years in which the Republicans control the entire Congress. Now President Trump must at least negotiate with half the Congress, which is Democratic.
Megan, one of the things we saw, it doesn't appear that Republican senators are going to allow the president to shut the government.
Yeah, it also tested the loyalty of Republicans with President Trump, which I found very interesting. And with all of this, with the government shutdown, he has managed to alienate his base and anger moderates, which is quite a feat to do. I was curious about Governor Christie saying, what is the end goal here? If he does declare a national emergency, the American public aren't stupid. When they see that our Coast Guard isn't getting paid, that TSA agents are getting paid, there could possibly be shutdowns at airports. These are real-life ramifications that Americans can understand. Everyday workers understand, and no one is going to be on board for it. It wasn't popular when Ted Cruz did it. It's not popular when President Trump does it. When you and I don't like each other, we still have to come to work and do our job. It should be no different for our government.
And Terry, one of the things we also learned here is that Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker, takes her constitutional role pretty seriously and knows how to hold her team together.
Well, he's met his match, hasn't he? And it was striking to see it. He was expecting that she would not be able to hold the Democrats together, that she somehow would fold up, and she wasn't going to. She had the right line, which is that whatever you're going to offer, don't hold the government hostage in the meantime. And if he's going to work for the American people, he has to listen to more of them. It seems right now he's governing from the assumption that the people at his rallies and anchors on Fox News represent the majority of opinion in America, and they're wrong.
To get reelected, doesn't the president have to expand his base rather than just retreat to it?
Well, George, you know, elections are about addition and not subtraction, and that's what this president has been trying to do. Look, we are locked in this battle over the wall. But you look at the economy, you look at rising wages, you look at the GDP, you look at the unemployment numbers, George. He has helped every American in this economy.
But
that's what he is focused on.
I do think
without
we just
question.
lost $6 billion. We lost $6 billion. This shutdown cost the American economy $6 billion.
Nancy
That's
Pelosi
more than
is responsible for that.
No, bull.
I was one of the people that was saying that Nancy Pelosi was not the right speaker going forward, that they needed leadership change. I'm here saying I was wrong. I completely underestimated how powerful and how strong she is. She does seem to be the one person that can call
to her left.
That can.
No,
but she seems to be someone who can actually call him on his bluff, which Democrats haven't.
Well, and that does lead to a question for Democrats going forward at the end of these 3 weeks, Terry Moran. You know, do they, we just heard Adam Schiff say he's not for the wall, but do they feel the need now that the government is open to make some sort of compromise?
Well, the deal has always been there. In some ways, it's semantics, right? As the Republicans have pointed out, Democrats have voted for 650 miles of wall. He wants 1,900. There's the deal right there. And I think what's frustrating for Americans across the board is just get it done.
Get it done. And the Secure Fence Act, which the Democrats backed in years past. Look, again, the Democrats have offered more than enough compromises. The president needs to understand he cannot bully Democrats into paying for the wall that he promised Mexico would pay for.
That's right. The watchword in this whole debate should be compromise. The president wanted $25 billion. He is down to $5.7. $7 billion. He has said he would talk about the extension for DACA kids. He has put proposal after proposal. The Democrats have said 0, 0, 0. Look, they are going to be held responsible for the next bad act, the next Kate Steinle. There are going to be those, and the mainstream media must cover them, and they must say President Trump was for the wall and the Democrats were against it.
His first proposal was that Mexico would pay for it, and they'll remember that, too.
Well,
Look, what Chris Christie said is a lot of things are said during the campaign. Well, okay, that's what campaigns are about.
Wait a second,
that's the
David. He said it 212 times during the campaign. That was the signature promise.
You know what? The mainstream
of his
media has
campaign.
also said there's been Russian collusion for the last 2 years, and they've tried to
There was Russian
delegitimize
involvement in our election.
Yeah, and Barack Obama was responsible. That's right. It was his watch.
If Democrats do go light on immigration and start saying things, and their message going forward is that we're going to ban ICE, and ICE is the devil, and any kind of border security is anti-American, Democrats will have a messaging problem. But I will say, if we live and die by the wall in Ann Coulter's tweets here in the Republican Party, we are destined for failure going into 2020.
And we're not.
And,
I don't see
and the
that happening at all.
next big crisis, who will the president hold hostage? We've got a debt ceiling. He wants a trade deal. He has to learn how to work with Democrats, period.
Donald,
I want to move on to another subject. Terry, let's talk about how this indictment on Friday fits in to all this. You heard Roger Stone say he's not worried about he's going to be able to beat these charges. And then you heard Adam Schiff sort of try to tie together everything that Robert Mueller's done so far. But as we said at the top, so far, no indictment for direct conspiracy with Russia.
So far, it's smoke, 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 no fire.
Well, and a lot of cover-up.
And that's the interesting thing. So these are people, close associates of the president from different backgrounds.
Come on.
Well, I don't know, Michael Cohen, Paul Manafort was a campaign chairman, from different backgrounds who all lied, have been indicted or pled guilty or convicted of lying about Russia. In addition to the 1,000 of contacts between the Trump campaign and Russia, that's the sticking point when they talk to investigators. They lie about it, according to prosecutors.
When your campaign chair, hold on, George. When your campaign chairman is feeding information to the Russian Kremlin, the military unit responsible for attacking our country, attacking the Democratic Party, using stolen, hacked emails, which is a crime. You're stealing someone's property and you're spreading that propaganda. Come on, man. You all need to condemn it.
I have.
No.
Thank you.
Look, no one in America, Republican or Democrat, wants Russian collusion. If there was Russian influence in our election, which there seems to have been an effort, no question.
You accept the conclusion?
Of course. But who is responsible for that? It's not Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. It's Barack Obama, who is the president, who should have had a handle on our national security and on our elections.
Right.
Let's be honest about it. Let's be honest. Of course, Vladimir Putin. There's no question the Russians
and the president tried to get Congress, especially Mitch McConnell, to work with him. Look, I knew a lot more than I could say even on national TV, but we were all accused of lying. And look, now when you read this indictment, it reads like the timeline of the Democratic Party.
None of it had anything to do with the campaign. All of these things happened after.
What you're saying, though, is true that there was this sort of dismissal of the importance of Russia. When President Obama was debating Mitt Romney, he said it was in 1980s foreign policy. He was caught on a live mic saying, I'll have more flexibility after the election.
That was 2012.
Yes, but there was the Democratic Party started getting really interested in Vladimir Putin and his global expansion after the election. I will say, regarding WikiLeaks and everything having to do with Roger Stone, yes, I don't think that they took the Vladimir Putin's power as seriously as many Republicans did.
I'm sure
but
Barack Obama would disagree with you on
when he was caught on a live mic saying we'll have flexibility, quote, flexibility after the election. That's not the point. The point is that when in regards to WikiLeaks, it is aiding and abetting an adversary. And if someone had come to me on a campaign saying, hey, someone from Russia and WikiLeaks wants to have communication with you, I would have
and that's the question I want to take to
FBI.
David. Why is it so hard for the president to just condemn it? It would seem like if had he done that when the intelligence agencies first reached that conclusion back when he was starting his presidency, he'd be in a different place today.
Correct.
Well, I don't know. Look, you have a fake dossier that was paid for by the DNC and Hillary Clinton that was foisted on the American people, and now 2 years later, the mainstream media narrative is there was collusion when there are no facts of any collusion whatsoever. And you have people being treated. Roger Stone is one where you talked about it. The early morning raid of his apartment, of his house, 66 years old, doesn't own a weapon. He gets treated one way. Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, McCabe, James Comey, all who have had allegations about lying to
Not
Congress.
one of them has been charged with lying to
No.
Congress. It's a
Yeah.
completely
Well,
different
no, they
thing.
could be.
And
They're under
witness
investigation
tampering.
for lying to
And
Congress,
witness
George.
tampering.
That's what this is about.
You know, we don't. There's a lot of smoke. You're right. But I still believe, at the end of the day, all of these dots will be connected. I happen to believe
And
that.
there's a couple of ways to connect them. The one, that the president is enraged because he wants to be president of the United States and pursue his agenda, and this has been a politically motivated attack and distracting him, and he's handling it in an awkward manner. Two, he's hiding something. And now some of it has come out. He said, I had nothing to do with Russia. We now know through 2016 he's trying to make a deal for Trump Tower in Moscow.
Oh,
37 indictments. 37
Shock, there's gambling
indictments,
going on here. A
Why did he
hotel
lie?
guy is trying to build a hotel.
Why did he lie?
didn't
During
lie.
the presidency.
Yes, he
I have
did.
nothing to
Guys,
do with Russia.
he didn't do it during the campaign. There was an ongoing conversation from years earlier. From
He admits that he
2015.
did it during the campaign. He admits it was going on at least till June 2016. Rudy Giuliani has said at times it could have been as late
He's
as
had
November.
every opportunity to disavow Putin, and then he goes to Helsinki and basically, has a bromance with him during that time. So there's when people have questions about WikiLeaks and their relationship with Russia, it's because the administration does nothing to deny it or to somehow come out and just say it's easy. Vladimir Putin's an awful man. We should have nothing to do
Pompeo
with
We're playing a dangerous game. We are. We're playing a dangerous game in the sense that we are pushing politically that Russia is the enemy. We need to attack Russia, whether it's verbally or militarily here. We are getting close. Look, you see the
Vladimir
bombers
Putin
yesterday.
aided and abetted Assad.
When is it that this
Children
president is going to
children.
be seen as strong on Russia? When we
Pompeo.
have a problem, and that's what I don't want to
But
see.
he has to be strong for the American people first and stand up to an adversary
Of
who
course he
attacked
has.
us. Well, but the
hostile
discrediting,
foreign
one of the
adversary.
defenses of the United States is the Mueller probe. Find out what happened, as
Yes.
it has, and who, if anyone, in the United States helped the
2
adversary.
years, $40 million, and they've come up with nothing on this.
37 indictments. That's a lot.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.